They should never, ever, 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 ever be allowed back into the Champions League ever again. I might try to choke Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez.
You won 4-0 in the first, and you conceded 6.
You cannot, as a striker, miss a point blank header. This club are the biggest losers on the flipping planet. Okay, these guys are the flipping biggest. It's arrived! We're here. Guys, I always love this time because you see, the UCL final, it's the encapsulation of everything. Because I always have to remind people, and that's what that preview was for. Everything began with the Champions League. Like my first football video, I think it was Bayern against someone, I don't remember. It was from the 09-2010 UCL. This channel began with the UCL. And I think, remember, I've been watching the UCL since 1995. You know, I've missed a few, but I've watched most Champions League games and most finals since 1995, when obviously Ajax had that famous, amazing victory. Shout out to boy Patrick Kluivert. He did just kind of want what's up, baby. So it means a lot to me. And the Champions League, the clue is in the title, Champions League. And you see, a lot of people are like, oh my God, but we wanted PSG against Barca. I like this final. And you know what? I had a winner. And I almost had a scoreline before I even got into this whole thing. I was like, okay, no, I have a scoreline, I've got a scoreline. But then, and as I was thinking, I was like, do I have a scoreline? Is there a scoreline? And now I'm not too sure about the winner that I've picked. Now I'm like, wait, hang on. Am I really sure about said winner of said game? So there have been other things just, twirling in my psyche. And also I've been twirling in my psyche. So I think that the beauty of this, and I think this is the beauty of any final, is obviously, first of all, is two teams from different leagues. Again, I'm never a fan of two teams from the same league. Now, I did like the Bayern Dortmund game, but ideally, I don't want that. So I think this is great. French football against Italian football, I think it's great. What's even more amazing is the last time an Italian team won was in 2010. Mourinho, what up, baby? The last time a French team won was in 1993 Marseille. Shout out to your boy Marcel Desailly and Abedi Pele. I think, your boy one might have been that team, I'm not sure. So it's been a long time since both of these leagues and these footballing nations have had that freaking UCL dub. But I think the thing I like the most about this particular encounter, this particular setup, this showdown in Tinseltown is it's two different styles. Two very different styles. You've got possession against blend of styles, chameleon. You've got plan A, plan A, plan A, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, whatsoever, by any means necessary. You've got philosophy over the ends justify the means. So I think that is a beautiful thing to see, because why I love this so much is I feel this is like modern football against old school football. Like, I think what Enrique represents is where modern football is at and what many modern managers want to do and how they want to follow. And I think what Simone Inzaghi represents is how I grew up watching football and the way I grew up watching football, which is that, bro, it's about grit. It's about grit. It's about being pragmatic. It's just about being effective. And don't be a slave to a philosophy or a system. Be a slave to the results. And be a slave to the outcome of just winning the game by any means necessary. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Which is why it is so hard to predict this, because I think both of these teams, and they've shown it in this Champions League, have shown their philosophies in great ways. I think PSG have a very distinct philosophy, a very distinct structure, and a very distinct way of playing. And these guys are playing Luis Enrique's tactics to a freaking T. And I think the beauty of what we're seeing from PSG is they've grown. They've gotten better. And that's why it makes it so hard. You see, the argument for Inter winning is normally a team who beats the favorites goes ahead and win. And we said that, bro, whoever comes out from that side is probably going to win. And most people are saying, bro, whoever wins between Inter and Barca are going to win this. And the way that Inter came through an extremely amazing Barcelona side against the best player in the world in Yamal, it's an easy dub. But then you have an argument for PSG, which is, what do you always want to do in a tournament? Again, shut your ears. No Diddy pause. Don't shoot your load too early. If you do, you can't work in the adult entertainment business. You have to hold your load until the money shot comes. Easy. I didn't say that. Shh. Got it. But again, so you have to pretty much build up to a crescendo. And I feel, and we just do the arguments for PSG might have saved their best performance to last. It feels as if, and this is where it's dangerous for Inter Milan, I don't think PSG have reached their peak yet. You see, sometimes you see teams reach their peak and like, nah, it's done. I don't think this guy's kind of going to go any higher. But I do believe that these guys are maybe saving their very best performance for the final. So let's talk approach. Let's talk about approach. It's also, we're going very old school here. No, this locker room, so we're going to go very, very old school here. Old school here with this UCL final. See, if you're PSG and you're coming from that PSG sort of mind, it is what it is. Like, what Enrique is most worried about, I think the thing he's most worried about is defensively. Set pieces, those wing backs, and Marquinhos not punching in his bozo moments. Because I think what Luis Enrique is worried about is Inter can hit you from many different styles. And I'll talk about from Inter's point of view. So PSG's danger is, boom, we have to worry about what DeMarco does, what Dumfries does, Barella on the counter-attack, Lautaro and Thuram, who goes forward, who goes back, what kinds of runs do they make? But I think the most dangerous thing that PSG have to worry about are those wing-backs. Now, maybe a one-up is, remember, Barca didn't have Alejandro Balde or Koundé in that semi-final. So if you look at Nuno Mendes, who is quality, I think one of the best left-backs out there, and Hakimi, I think Nuno Mendes is maybe a stronger defender than Hakimi, but I think once you have those both of them, I think they should be a lot more stronger in saying what's up. So wait, hold up. So Dumfries is on the right. So it's going to be Dumfries against Nuno Mendes. So I think that is ideal, because I think Nuno Mendes is the stronger defender from Hakimi, and I think Dumfries is the most dangerous wing back. Although DeMarco can be, I think DeMarco was probably better during that UCL run in 22-23 than he is now. So that's what's going to be very important. But also set pieces. I feel PSG's attack quality amazing. PSG have one of the best midfields out there in the UCL. PSG's weakest points, I think, is their defense. Not necessarily the keeper, not necessarily the wing backs, is that central of the defense. I think that is where Inter's going to get some joy. And I think for PSG, you're playing against two strikers. I think those two strikers, that is where Simon is going to say, we have to pinpoint those guys in there. Give those guys something to worry about, and let's try and go through the center and the middle. And that's the danger that Enrique's worried about. Some teams, wing play. Some teams, center. So some teams, okay, through ball, try and go through ball through the center. Other guys, wing play, let our inside forwards cook. Other guys, okay, let our wing backs cook. The issue that Enrique is worried about is the wing backs can get you. Barella and Çalhanoğlu can come through the middle. Lautaro and Marcus Thuram can also hit you as a two in there. So they're hitting you from all different styles. Inter Milan, their danger, I feel, is going to come from because this is what Inter have to accept. You're not winning the midfield battle. And I think Simone Inzaghi, he knows that. You're not going to outpossess that three. You're not going to it's going to be very hard for you to get the ball off of Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz. It's going to be super hard because those guys are just freaking amazing. And I think Inter's danger is just the inventiveness and the imagination of these guys. Because they know that, bro, Kivicha has that ball, Dembele has that ball, Doué has that ball, even freaking Barcode. They can just conjure up something. So I think the danger, for Inter is if they're out of possession for so long, it'll be hard for them to get back the game. I think they're happy not to have possession, but if there are long periods where you can't cook and you're really out of possession for a long time, it may be hard to really get some cheddar and begin to now say what's up in terms of now launching those attacks. But I think they know that. So you see, I think Inter's tactic and structure, I think, is what PSG has to be fearful of. I think Inter have to be fearful of individuals because I feel that Inter are more dangerous as a collective. PSG are also good as a team, but I think PSG, they have individuals who can create magic. Inter don't have those kinds of players. Inter needs to work and originate as a team. Like Inter's key components is Inzaghi's tactics. PSG's key components, it's Enrique's tactics, but it's really, bro, Dembele can just do something. Yo, Kivicha can just conjure up something. Yo, Fabio Ruiz can just conjure something. Yo, Hakim can just conjure something. So there are many individuals that can hit you from many different styles, man. So I think it's going to be interesting, man. Because I've been thinking about this game. I'm like, it's okay. Let me tell you where I was at. So yapping. I was like, okay, Inter. And the reason why I said Inter is Simone Inzaghi knows exactly what PSG are going to do. There are no surprises. And I feel that he knows what they're going to do. And I just feel that, and this is what I always felt of Inter, that formation, I think, is going to cause a lot of people issues. And I just do feel that the kinds of issues that Inter are going to pose PSG, I don't think they've been prepared for or faced. So for me, I think more so Inter will be prepared for what PSG throw at them than PSG will be prepared for what Inter could throw at them. That's where I was coming at from it. So I just feel like and the way Inter were able to beat Barcelona, okay, was it a foul or not a foul, leading up to the cross from your boy Dumfries? Look, it's already done. But I just think that's the way that they were able to do that. I was like, this Inter side, I just think that they're going to be a problem and a serious issue. But as I was thinking, and as it was getting closer, I was like, This is what I was thinking, because I was like, okay, Inter came through Barca. Should they be prepared for PSG? Yeah, but PSG are very different from Barcelona. They're very different. I think Barcelona as an attack unit is freaking insane. And I was impressed by just how well, even if Barca shipped a lot of goals, but how difficult it was for Barca to get those goals against Inter. And let's be real, Barca are the best offensive side. So that's what you keep in mind. Barca are the best offensive side we've seen this season. As good as PSG are, Barca are on a whole other level. And they have statistically one of the most effective attackers in Rafinha. And they have, hands down, the best footballer in Yamal. And they have arguably the best central midfielder in Pedri. So Inter faced the best of the best, and they came through. So this is not to diminish PSG, but if you're able to come through that, you're like, okay, maybe we can say a little something. So suffice to say, where am I with this? It's a tough one to call. Like this is a tough one to call, man. For me, I just feel that you know what, I'm still going to stick with what I said initially. I still feel Inter edge this. I still feel Inter edge this. I think PSG have the weapons. They have the different styles. I just feel that Inter will get it done. And when it comes down to executing, I think that's the thing. Because remember, what did Mourinho say? We don't play finals. We win finals. And also, there's no Lukaku up in that pace to mess things up. And yeah, Lautaro. And here's the thing. I don't think everything rests on Lautaro. I do feel that those years ago, Inter were maybe too reliant on Lukaku and Lautaro. I think right now, it's much more of a team effort. Bro, against Barca, Acerbi showed up. Frattesi shows up. So if Frattesi can come off the bench and come in and I say, what's up, I think that'd be freaking huge. You know, I wanted to see the battles of, because again, it's like, you see, okay, because Bastonia and Acerbi, remember, PSG don't play striker. And again, that's another argument. So that's Inter defense, who I think is pretty resolute and strong. How do you deal with no striker, but lots of movements from a Dembele, from a Kivicha? How are you going to deal with that kind of a movement, which is a bit more awkward than, it's Lewandowski there, it's the Shark there and everything. But look, I think the beauty of this I believe this final is 50-50. So unlike last season, where, let's be real, it was 70-30, arguably 80-20 in favor of Real Madrid over Dortmund. We knew that Real were going to win. This is, I feel that, I can't even say 51-49 or 52-48. I think this is 50-50. I think there's a strong argument for both. So if someone says PSG will win, oh my gosh, you have a great chance. If you say Inter will win, you have a great chance. Anybody hoping they might say, Dortmund can beat Real Madrid, I'll freaking pimp slap you back to the Middle Ages. So, look, I think I hope we're in for a great game. I really hope that we're in for a great game and just in for, hopefully, a classic and a game that can really, really pop off. But I'm going to just hold my tongue and say, you know what? So, prediction. It's going to be 1-1. I think we go to extra time. I see now into it. Okay, so in my mind, I'm saying 1-1, extra time, Inter win after extra time, and Inter win 2-1 after extra time. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a very fascinating footballing struggle. It won't be like a huge open play. It'd be like how a final should be, a classic final. 1-1, and I think Inter win 2-1. But then I'm thinking 1-1 penalties. And if it's 1-1 penalties, so am I. Bro, I think Donnarumma might be undefeated in penalty shootouts, bro. I think he might be undefeated in penalty shootouts. Your boy Gianluigi. So if it goes to penalties, I think PSG win. But I'm gonna be a Sith. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna say 1-1 at full time, and I think Inter get that key goal 2-1 to win after extra time. But whatever the case may be, guys, it's a UCL final. I'm hype. I can't wait. Your boy's gonna be on Twitch. I'll be on Twitch. Join me on Twitch. I think the little Twitch, my thing is in there. You can follow me over there on Twitch. So your boy's gonna be on Twitch. Follow me there for the live watch along over there. And then obviously we're going to be on YouTube for that post-match hangout, and we shall see. Because let's be real, if Inter win, some respect on Serie. I don't want to hear that bum stand to say Serie A. They put some respect on Serie A's name. If PSG win, huge respect on France's name. It could be the start of a legacy. And it's crazy settings for one Kylian Mbappe.